Hey internet, ever seen a movie where a quirky, colorful girl saves a brooding, average dude just by being so effortlessly unique? Well, today we're talking about the Manic Pixie Dream Girl, or the MPDG for short. She's, the human equivalent of a vintage record store mixed in with an existential crisis, and, she purely exists to teach a man how to feel. Coined by Nathan Robin in 2007, the MPDG is that wildly spontaneous, eccentrically dressed woman, think Sam from Garden State or Claire from Elizabethtown, who seemingly exists to drag a brooding, average male protagonist out of his emotional slump. The problem is she isn't a person, she's an emotional concept. She lacks a realistic inner life, her struggles are minimized, and her only purpose is to teach a man how to
Because they become a
embrace life.
concept, or I complete them, or I'm gonna make them alive. I'm just a fucked up girl who's looking.
We see this with 500 Days of Summer. While Tom sees her as his perfect Manic Pixie dream girl, the film itself is a cautionary tale, revealing that his idolized vision blinds him to her real, complex personhood and her own internal struggles. We go even further with Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. She's the literal dream girl and a prize. I mean, the whole plot centers on the male hero defeating her 7 evil exes to win her. It reduces her just to the sum of her past relationships.
You know your hair?
I know of it.
It's all blue.
I change my hair every week and a half to get used to it.
Even in empathetic films like The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Sam takes on that manic pixie dream girl role, acting as the magnet, damaged but wise figure who teaches the protagonist Charlie how to feel infinite and embrace life. The MPDG's entire personality, the intense passions, the unique dress style, the blunt honesty, it all looks eerily like an autistic woman's elaborate social mask. For MPDG, this unfiltered authenticity is celebrated and rewarded with romance. For Autistic Woman, in reality, dropping that mask and showing genuine intensity, sensory issues, or rigid routineness is often seen as too much, too weird, or even too dramatic. The culture celebrates the Manic Pixie Dream Girl's performance, but punishes the autistic woman's reality. We see the double standard, and if we were to compare the Manic Pixie Dream Girls with the autistic coded counterparts, we would see a big difference. Sam Perk is the cool love interest who saves the boy, while Luna Lovegood is mocked and called loony and has her possessions stolen because she's too weird, despite her profound insight. And Summer, she's emotionally distant, it makes her mysterious, it makes her alluring, while Jess from New Girl is constantly minimized and dumbed down because of her quirky nature in her adult life. As I said before, Ramona Flowers is the ultimate prize, the goal of the protagonist. And Kat Valentine, who started off as this intelligent but ditzy girl, was dumbed down in later seasons to be the butt of the joke. But conditional acceptance has worsened on platforms like TikTok. The Manic Pixie Dream Girl didn't die, she got remixed. The same traits we see in autistic women, intense passions, bluntness, unique style, are being fetishized by some men. You can see comments like, I can fix her, or she's chaotic and I love it. It just reduces women to a project. Of course, the attention doesn't last too long before they realize this isn't their dream girl. She has real life issues and real life problems, and suddenly the dream girl is too much for them and they disappear. Of course, this doesn't apply to every guy, but So, how do we fix this? Well, give us inner life. We need stories that center around our passions, our special interests, sources of immense joy, struggle, and connection. We need more characters like Robin from Stranger Things or Rosa Diaz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, who, by the way, is explicitly coded as struggling with communication and social rituals, where their emotional breakthroughs and internal life are the main event and not just a stepping stone for the male lead. But it doesn't just stop there. In order to see the full true representation of autistic women, we need to see and celebrate the full diverse spectrum. That means regardless of race and ethnicity, regardless of body type and appearance, it doesn't matter. What matters is your worth and your stories are being told. Having characters whose existence are complex and are not tied to a diagnosis or a checklist of traits, but to their fullest potential, that is what we need. That is what we want. To wrap it up, the Manic Pixie Dream Girl is a dangerous trope. She tells autistic women we must be perpetually adorable and spontaneously inspiring to be worthy of any attention. Her performance is seen as romance, and ours is masking. And masking is exhausting. It leads to burnout and the erasure of our authentic selves. But now it's time to stop looking for dream girls and start seeing real women. We don't exist to complete your story. We're busy writing our own. So with that being said, gangsters, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a gangster day!